Look at this. Here's the pole. You can see it up there. Watch this shit. I should not be able to do this to a power pole, should I? G'day people. Well, been a week or so now since Telecom's come and changed our power pole that's broken. The other pole's still there, it's still got the power connected to it, and the tree is still rubbing through the power line. I would have thought Telecom would let Vector know that the pole's changed and they have to come and do their bit. So I'm just curious what's going on. I still have a tree I want to chop down. If I chop it down at the moment, the power lines will come down across the road, and I don't really want to do that. So we'll see. Give them a call now.
Welcome to Vector. If you are calling to report an emergency where there is risk to people or property, or if you're medically dependent, press 1 now. Otherwise, please choose from the following 3 options. For outages, press 2. For new connections, press 3. And for all other inquiries, press 4. Improving our customer service to you is important at Vector. Help us by answering one quick question after this call. It only takes a few seconds. To take part, please hold the line at the end of your call. Please note that this call will be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Hi there, how can I help?
Hi Monique, how are you?
Thanks.
I'm calling to see what's happening with a fault that I lodged a couple of weeks ago now with Vector.
Okay, awesome, I can certainly look into that. What was the reference?
I don't have the reference number. I can give you the address.
Awesome, what would that be? Cool, and this is for...
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so... was this lodged in last month, March?
Would have been.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, what it is it has been just closed. There's notes left here, so the notes just basically say pole is rotten. Okay, so it's a Telecom large pole.
Yeah, because it has power and phone, obviously we call the power first because that seemed more dangerous.
Yep.
So we called you guys. The guy that came said that it could be political because they didn't know whether it was their problem or Telecom's problem. After the linemen come, they said, well, obviously concrete's the power, the wooden is the Telecom, and so Telecom came out because we were also having problems with our broadband and our landline, because the wires were broken underground as well. So Telecom's come along, they've changed the entire pole. They did that a week ago, and we were expecting the fact that, we chased Vector. After a week of no response from Vector, we then ring them up to find out that we have to call Telecom. We call Telecom. Telecom come out within 3 days. They've changed everything, replaced the cables, did a brilliant job. And we're sitting there thinking, right, well, is Vector going to come now and put their stuff over onto the new pole, because there's still a tree cutting through a power line at the moment. So I'm kind of concerned as to why it would be closed off, because we're still trying to chop down the last tree, and our tree is holding up that power pole. If I chop that tree down, you're going to have power lines come across the road, which is kind of an urgent matter.
Okay.
So who closed it? Why on earth was it closed when it's still not fixed?
What was needing fixing right now, like at the moment?
Well, right now, whenever the wind blows, the cable is slicing through a large branch of the tree, to the point where you can't even see the cable in the branch anymore. It's been doing it for a long time. So I'm concerned that we're going to have a ground out problem and might zap the house. And the fact that the old broken power pole is being held up by our tree at the moment. and we're trying to clear the boundary trees, which we've put on hold now for 2 weeks. So we just want Vector to come and transfer the power cables from the old crossbar on the old pole over onto the new pole that's sitting there waiting for them, so we can chop the tree down and we don't have a cable cutting through our branch anymore.
Well, just to make those changes, that would definitely need to be done from our connections team.
Yeah, well they'd already called and took photos of the cable and everything. I take it they were just waiting for Telecom to change the pole and then to come back. But
okay, who am I speaking with?
Mark?
Mark. Okay, Mark, was one thing is you've already got that new information about the Telecom's already come out. I guess it is the over 12 Vector Connections team.
Do they not let you guys know when they've changed the poles?
No, it's not showing on mine. I guess it probably will be showing through the Vector Connection side. They can see more into it.
Okay.
I'll give you the reference number 2.
Sure.
So when you explain it, then you can go from there.
Okay.
What to do. So with the reference number, instead of just saying the whole address, I'll give you the reference number. That's 1-22
1-22
7750.
Sorry, 27
77
50 yep.
29
13.
13.
Okay.
So what you do now, and then just explain that to them, and then go from there.
Thanks, Monique.
That's okay. Well, I'll put it before now. 1 moment.
Cheers. This call is being recorded for accountability.
We appreciate your patience. Please continue to hold the line for the next available representative.
Didn't think it was wise to hold power lines. It's kind of a bad thing to say when you're calling a power company, isn't it? Please hold the line. You might get electrocuted. Sorry, what was your name?
Dorothy.
Rosie?
Dorothy.
Dorothy, sorry. Yeah, I'm just trying to find out what's happening with Vector's side of the pole change that we've had happening. A couple of weeks back we called Vector first off because obviously it's got power and phone. It seemed safe to call power people first. They came out, inspected, took a few photographs, the Vector people. They said it could be political because they didn't know who had to change what because it was a Telecom pole.
Okay.
After a week I gave Vector a call back. They tell me that it was Telecom's pole and that I should call them. So I did that. 3 days later the pole's changed, cables are done, everything's working honky-dory for the phone. The old power lines are still however connected to the broken pole, which is currently being propped up by our tree that we're trying to cut down. So at the moment it's kind of unsafe. The power cable is cutting through the tree branch, so it could ground out and zap the house as well. So
Not good. So what I can do in that stage, because it's hazardous, then we can actually get a check for safety.
yeah,
Get someone, one of our faultmen out there today.
cool.
Alright, just to make sure everything's all safe so that nothing happens there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so, and what's your address there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I was concerned as to why is it that Chorus didn't call you guys after they've changed the pole, because obviously you still need to do your bit. Do you two not talk to each other? Because when I spoke to the Vector girl there, she said the job had been closed off, and I'm going, but it's still connected to the old pole. If I chop that tree down, you're going to have lines across the road.
I'm not sure that one. I know that they usually do have a request after that. They normally email through.
Yeah, it's been a week, which is why I'm calling, you know.
They usually have to actually list the actual services that was on the old pole to the new pole.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
I'm not quite sure if it has been put through there because I can't see anything here for this.
Yeah, again, my confusion, that should have happened a week ago once the pole was changed, but it seems as if either Chorus has failed in letting you guys know, or you've had a job closed off and not continued chasing it. So, one way or the other.
Probably because there would have, it would be somewhere in the system if it has already been known. If it is, I'm pretty sure they have their own response up to attend to those. I don't know if it will be like 5 working days or so.
Oh, okay.
Depending on a year, so
Yeah.
I know that, but I can't actually see anything directly for this one.
Okay. Well, either way, it's kind of urgent, so it would be good if we could get it finished off.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read check safety here,
Mhm.
because it's coding to the tree and stuff, and we can get that one looked into.
Cool.
However, with that said, I also mentioned that they usually call it like a telecom list. That's what they call it.
Sure.
The listening services that was on that pole to the new pole.
Mhm.
Alright, but so sorry, I didn't actually capture your name.
Mark.
Mark?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. And what's your surname?
Uh,
Okay, awesome. Yep, I think I've got that one here. Alright, and may I have your contact number, please, Mark?
Probably best my cell phone, 027.
Alright, and will you still be remaining on site today?
Yeah, I'm here all day.
Oh, awesome. Alright, then no other access issues we should be aware of. It's all out in the front.
Yeah, it's all just at the front by the post there, ready to go.
Perfect. Right there.
I mean, I'm happy to chop the tree down if they need it out of the road while they're doing it. I don't know how they want to do things.
I'll make a note of that and go from there.
Cool.
Would you be able to just hold on so I can raise this request for you?
Sure, good as.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
For your patience, I do appreciate your wait there.
That's alright.
Awesome. So I raised that check for safety.
Yep.
I should be able to get a contractor out there today within the hour also, just depending on the workload.
Cool.
Alright. Now what's that? If you have any questions, speak to the foreman out there.
Yep, will do.
Awesome, and he can advise you accordingly there.
Cool.
Now, just correct me if I'm wrong, it's at the address just in front of the property.
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Alright, it's 1 dash.
Yep.
230
230
532
532
8632.
8632. Choice.
Alright, so we'll hope to get this all sorted as soon as possible. Was there anything further you'd like me to help you with?
No, that's awesome.
No worries, then Mark, do feel free to hold the line regarding my service to you today if you're not too busy. But thanks for calling Vector and have a lovely day.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.